This week, we're taking a day trip from Paris to the Champagne region.
I would like some of this, please, in my glass.
Early this morning, we connected with our private guides and driver in Paris and drove 90 minutes to the majestic city of Reims for our first stop of the day, the Lanson winery, which is the official champagne of the British royal family.
All right, cheers.
Then, with the connections of our guide, we'll go to a small family winery for lunch, and of course, we'll drink more champagne. We'll visit Dom Pérignon's grave to pay our respect, and we'll finish in a champagne winery co-op, where Colleen will attempt to saber a bottle of champagne for the first time. Allez, on y va.
There's this really beautiful thing right over here.
Yes.
What do you call this thing?
Holy moly.
The cathedral, the royal cathedral. Reims Cathedral, where
What do you mean the royal?
I mean, this is where a man becomes a king in French history. The French kings, almost all of them,
In this cathedral?
in this very cathedral. Not happening in Paris.
Not in Notre Dame.
They had to come all the way to Notre Dame de Reims, not of Paris, to get the crown on their head. To it.
Whoa.
It's
I don't know
way,
how many statues are there, but that is insane.
It's way more decorated than Notre Dame de Paris because it's about 100 years older. One of the most famous medieval statue in France is the smiling angel.
Waiting for Mona Lisa. Just amazing. I mean, inside and outside.
The height of the nave is way taller than Notre Dame Cathedral of Paris.
It's taller than any other one, isn't it? Maybe.
It's one of the biggest. That says that this is where the first king of France was baptized. I mean, became a Christian. We are in the year 496. Stained glass in the back. They were designed by Chagall.
Yeah.
Because all of this, the windows got destroyed by the German bombings of the First World War. The roof was on fire. And so they rebuilt a concrete and metallic roof. And Chagall was commissioned. He had just converted from Judaism to Christianism, and he was commissioned to create the.
So that was amazing, but where are we going next?
Now we're gonna try some champagne.
I was praying for champagne when I was in the church, you know. And on we go to the legendary Lanson Domaine, where we got a guided tour and a glass of one of the most famous champagne brands in the world. I want this one. I had not heard of this particular brand before, but it is a huge champagne house, primarily in the UK. And what's really cool about visiting this one is that they have their own clos or their own enclosure of vineyards, which definitely makes a difference in the controlling of the quality and stuff. And I think she said 180 days after the first fruit is when they do the harvest. But the real treasures are actually buried underground. There are 7 kilometers of these tunnels where they keep bottles of wine. Yeah, I mean, just look.
Holy moly.
Yeah. How many bottles are in here?
20 million.
20 million bottles.
Wow.
So we don't make a vintage each year.
I mean, this is incredible.
But for the black creation,
This is incredible. 20 million bottles of champagne.
When they said it was a big house, they meant it.
Yeah.
So this is the library where they keep bottles going back to 1904. So these are their little private collection of, you know, the heritage or the, you know, just because they kept some.
One, two, three, 4, 5. And each of them has 500 bottles? One square, one of those is 500 bottles.
Hey, Antoine,
Yes, ma'am. How you got?
one of those is 500 too. It just keeps going. That champagne I was praying for in the cathedral is being poured right now.
All right. Cheers.
It's very easy to drink. There's really super fine bubbles. It's light. It's like really light.
It sparkles on the tongue, almost like the bubbles they roll all the way to the back.
Well, for me to roll in my brain immediately.
Now that we've done this fabulous spot, where are we going next?
Next, we're going to a family-run business, and it's also a place where we're going to have lunch.
So welcome to the Champagne Voirin Jumelles. So the family work with 8 hectares separate in 44 different plots on the 12 different villages, because in Champagne, one village is equal at one cru, and they produce around 80,000 bottles per year.
Look at the eye.
Oh, you start with the charcuterie and cheese later. So you have two local cheeses. The orange one is the Lang, the white one is the Chaours. The Lang is a little bit more stronger, so you can start with the white one.
This is a white cheese. I don't know what it's called. I'm terrible about
Chaours. Chaours.
Chaours. White cheese. I'm gonna get killed for that.
No.
How do you say
Chaours.
So this is a cat bear cheese.
That's a cat bear cheese. Do you know what I actually think is extraordinary is you're going in a champagne house and they're giving you a charcuterie board with champagne, and you wouldn't think of having champagne with charcuterie board or with cheese, and it actually goes amazing together. See, look at the
Skin.
the skin. But I think you eat this one. Yes. I'm gonna put a piece of cheese and that with champagne. This is great. And what is this one? Cantal. The way the big house, and I suspect Veuve Clicquot and Moët and all this are the same. It's kind of a theme park thing, right? And you go and then you have a guide and she basically goes through a spiel, which is interesting, but it's that. But when you come to a small vineyard like this, I mean, look at the experience. We're having a plateau charcuterie, there's just us, and we're gonna drink some champagne, and that's a lot more intimate. It's a lot more. You got the corporate version, which is gonna be Veuve Clicquot, Moët, Lanson, all this. That for me is more where it's at. All right, 2555.
All right, Bertrand, what's next?
We've done a big house.
Yeah.
We've done a family-run business. And so now we're going to head to a third type of champagne producer. It's a co-op.
Okay.
It means it's several grape owners who all together work on creating a brand. The corporate world, the family world, and now the team world.
But first, let's pay our respects to the man who made all this fabulous champagne possible. What is this place and why did we come here?
We come to Auvillers. Auvillers, it's a very small village.
Okay.
Where this monk called Dom Pérignon perfected the champagne method.
Okay.
And
because alcohol was made by monks, like regular
Most of
people
the
didn't
time.
do it, the monks did it. So Dom Pérignon was the Dom, which is the big abbot at the abbey.
He's the one who perfected at the turn of the 16 to 1700s, who perfected the méthode champenoise, so the technique we've learned this morning to make
The
champagne.
process of making champagne.
And he's making us happy all day.
Yes.
And so we're gonna pay homage at his last residence in the church.
Cool. Oh, wow.
The pillars is what dates back to the old medieval church. You see that, yes, it gets elevated, it gets more and more decoration with fine painters, etc. The tomb of Dominus Pierre Pérignon, Benedictine monk, buried here.
Cool. If you're looking for great tours, day trips around Paris or the French countryside, we've put a list of our top favorites on our website. So whether you want to do it yourself or book a guide so you don't miss out on secret stuff, there's something there for everyone. And we put a link in the description below. Check it out and see if it's for you. On we go to the co-op Passy-Grigny, where we not only get to visit the winery,
The second one here, this is for Veuve Clicquot.
we get to learn a little bit more about how to open a bottle of champagne properly.
So you carry the bottle like this. You warm
With
up.
my thumb in the bottom?
Yes. You warm up the bottle with the sap.
Okay.
Here. And when you're ready, you will tap to the point here.
Okay.
Okay? A bit more like this.
Okay.
Yes. So you can tap. And then you warm up the line. Faster, faster. Don't be shy. And when you're ready,
Hate it.
woo!
That was a process. Woo!
Horrible.
Well, to Colleen's first time ever sabering a champagne.
I need a saber for Christmas.
Do you need a saber for Christmas?
I don't have one yet. If you like this day trip to Champagne, next I would watch this day trip to the Loire Valley.